think that we have to shift the way we fund certain things within law enforcement. So we take away the militaristic pieces, the components of law enforcement perhaps, and put them into the proactive pieces of law enforcement.
You've heard a lot around the country about defunding the police here and elsewhere. Basically, what many people are talking about is just taking money away from their budgets. But one community activist thinks that the focus should not be on taking away their money, but refocusing where that money's spent and what it does. Channel 9's Tina Terry spoke with that former FBI agent and federal prosecutor who's been working to improve the relationship between police and the public for years. She's live tonight. So Tina, what is he talking about here, a change in where that money goes?
Yeah, Quentin Williams has really been an ally to local police departments as well as agencies like the FBI, helping them to connect with communities. And today he told me he does not support defunding CMPD, but he would like to see a change in the way that money is spent.
I do believe that there have been improvements, but I also believe that CMPD has done the work.
Quentin Williams has worked alongside local law enforcement, helping Chief Kurt Putney improve the relationship between police and the public through his nonprofit dedication to community.
They're not looking for Band-Aid solutions. They're looking for real engagement.
Now, after protests nationwide and in Charlotte, some are calling for more changes in the way police do their jobs. Some have even asked to defund CMPD.
I don't think it's a good idea to defund law enforcement. I do think that we have to shift the way we fund certain things within law enforcement.
He points to CMPD's $290.2 million budget, saying more of it should be spent proactively, bettering the community through programs and engagement. He says less should be spent reactively on things like ammunition, tanks, and chemical agents.
I think that law enforcement should be 90% proactive and 10% reactive.
Last night, City Council put a one-year ban on the purchase of chemical agents used for crowd control, a decision one council member said was made without police.
Officers are seriously having conversations right now about not showing up to work. Our words and actions and their impacts on their morale are very important and very real.
As council pledges to take an even closer look at CMPD's budget, Williams supports more involvement from officers.
That new chief needs to feel empowered to dictate what his budget allocations will be. And we need to leave it up to him to have that ability.
And the Fraternal Order of Police did comment on last night's decision by council, calling it, quote, dangerous. I did reach out to the city asking for a line-by-line breakdown of CMPD funding. We're still waiting to hear back on that. Scott.
All right, Tina, thank you. Now, since 2016, we've also seen the city of Charlotte step up its approach on community policing. After protesting, all officers went through an implicit bias training. The department put more officers on the streets to talk to neighbors and held community meetings to talk to people about their relationship with officers. The city also gave more power to the Citizens Review Board to investigate the things police do. And more recently, they started working with mental health clinicians to go out on high-stress calls to try to de-escalate the situation.